My bad, I'm a little tired, but oh man, shit, man. This episode of The Boys, bruh, gotta admit, this shit was ass. I can't deny it, bruh. This shit. This is the first time I ever said a episode of The Boys was ass. This shit was horrible. And I'm low speechless because this is my favorite TV show of all time. And I just watched one of the fucking most weird, worst shit I ever seen on television. It's nuts. I would advise you niggas skip this fucking episode like that ass. This shit was. Not only did I feel like, I mean, it was something that they got across. It was something important, but the whole, like 80% of the episode was fucking worthless to me. Yes, they need to take night to figure out the Homelander's plan. But shit, man, before that, it was fucking. All right. Okay, so debrief. Okay, we start off. Huey's is walking and throwing his dad's ashes on the street of, I think it's Manhattan, New York. But because he asked that, man, I'm speechless, dog. But I'm not even gonna go full on. I don't want you. This shit pissed me off. This shit was ass. I don't give a fuck. This is the worst episode of The Boys ever. It is because I always liked The Boys, even though when they had like mid episodes, it ain't never been this bad. This shit, like, I don't know what they were thinking when they did this. They turned into the comic book The Boys. That's not a compliment. That is fucking no. Because the comics was fucking trash. No, don't do that. This episode felt like a full-blown version of a part of the comic. But fuck, man. But, So, A-Train. He's informed Mother's Milk that the soups are about to like take over the world and shit. Like Homelander's on some evil shit, and he needs the people, like some, I don't know what they call it because I'm not into politics, but electors of the government. I'm gonna just say that. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't care. But Homelander's trying to get them. He's trying to convince them that Singer shouldn't be in office and Victoria Newman should be in office so they can, like run the world with soups and shit. And also have a voice between humans and soups. So they start this plan, right? I know I might offend some people, and I don't mean to disrespect the LGBT community at all. This is not a slight towards y'all at all. And I don't direct this towards y'all. This episode was gay as fuck. Super fucking gay. It was gay. I don't care, bruh. Try to cancel y'all, I don't give a shit. I don't have nothing against homosexual people, but this shit, watching this shit, this is not a reflection of the homosexual community. This was just flat out gay shit. Bro, like, nuts. So, I'm getting tight, bro. So, he advised a plan to get this spider suit that has connections with Tech Knight because they know that Tech Knight is gonna be there and gonna be like advising this meeting. So he planned to have like Huey get in a suit and sneak in there as the suit. This shit was so fucking out of pocket. This was so out of fucking pocket, man. It was out of pocket. So this was just so fucking unnecessary. It's like, man, why? It's just because they just doing shit to do shit. They're just doing shit, do shit to be controversial about shit. So if M talks to this nigga, he's butt naked. The dude is like, hey man, I don't got cash and all, but like, or whatever the fuck he said. He said, man, but I'll do something else for you. I'm like, man, what the fuck is he talking about? And then he's like, then he fucking gotta stick something up his fucking, because he's a spider, right? He's a spider suit. So he has two different holes. This is a man, by the way, not a female. He got a hole where, you know, he spits out webs and shit. Yes, imagine Spider-Man spitting out webs out of his ass. And his ass. So first, MM stick the shit up his ass, and bruh's like, no, that's my ass. You gotta stick the shit in my web hole. And then bruh, he tries to stick it in his fucking web hole. This nigga toots on fucking mother's milk face. I'm like, man, what is going on here? This shit is nuts. This is the surface level. I didn't even get to the next level shit. This is surface. Weird shit like this was happening the whole episode. And it's not like it had any deeper meaning to it. This shit was just doing shit just to do shit, which is not usual for the boys. Usually they do shit for a reason. So they go to Tech Knight's mansion, and they reveal that, oh yeah, also Kamiko's been looking for fucking Frenchie. I don't give a shit about the Frenchie storyline. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that. But she's going to look for this nigga consistently. He don't want to see him because he got this fucking irrelevant ass storyline he got going on where he killed the nigga parents, and he's fucking losing his mind. He admitted that he killed all the niggas, so he puts himself in jail for the rest of his life. Fucking idiot. But all right. But they're at Tech Knight's party. They reveal that, you know, Tech Knight is a fucking racist slave owner that been having slaves for fucking, his family been having slaves for generations. Instant, you know, like racist tensions towards A-Train, of course. Fucking, I'm just shooting off the hip. I don't even fucking, I'm just bullet pointing shit that I remember, bro. Because this shit was, man, I didn't even want to remember some of this shit. Fucking Firecracker, she want to be in the crew and in the mix so bad. Annoying fucking bitch, like always. But I'm gonna give her a pass on that because she's written to be an annoying bitch. You know who else is an annoying bitch? And I didn't think was an annoying bitch, but now it's a super fucking annoying bitch. It's Starlight. This is an assassination of this character. And I was like, bruh. At first, cause in my group chat, all my friends were saying like, bruh, Starlight fucking ass now. I'm like, I didn't think so. I thought she was actually good for the beginning. She was having a little bit of development at the beginning of the season, but now they just turned her into a complete asshole to where you do not like her. She is not a likable person. She is not a likable character. Every time she speaks now, it's like, bro, it feels like she didn't get off of this hurdle from the last season where she feels like she needs to do everything for Huey. She still, to me, she still feels that fucking way. I don't like that. Don't like that. You were supposed to develop from that. That's why in seasons, you're supposed to have character development, not character regression or stagnate at that same level of the character you were already at. And I'm jumping ahead because that point is for the next point with Huey. So Tech Knight, he gets in the fucking, so Huey gets in the spider suit, and it stinks, of course, because this nigga's the spider nigga's a fucking weirdo. So he's gonna go around pretending to be this spider nigga in the suit in Tech Knight's shit. Oh, man. So, Victoria Newman's there as well, Homelander, all the whole gang is there. You know, even Sister Sage. Sister Sage completely writing off fucking not Victoria, Firecracker, and Ashley. It's like Ashley comes in. She's like, man, what the fuck are you doing here? Well, you told you it's only grown people at this table. Like, yeah, but I know Tech Knight, and Ashley's gonna do some future weird shit. And it's like, man, what the fuck? All right, man. Victoria Newman's talking to all these niggas. She hate all these niggas. She want to fucking pop her head off. Like, these niggas are fucking idiots. And we get to the real, crazy part. And this dominated the fucking episode. This was too much. I'm sorry. This is beyond the scope of gay. This was fucking nuts. It was gay. It was sexual assault for a very long time. Weird shit. Cum. Not that type of cum. I'm talking about cum. Sexual cum. Oh. Okay, so he comes in. Huey comes in. He talks to Tech Knight. Tech Knight brings him to the fucking lair under his in the basement. It's the most kinkiest shit ever. He got his old partner chafed up on the side like a sex slave, and it was nuts. I started losing focus on the plot because I'm like, bro, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. There are certain points in a fucking show where you're like, man, this is going too far. I don't want to look at this shit. But I love the boy, so I'm gonna finish. This was fucking weird. It was too weird. It was too weird. I know they pushed the needle on weird, but this was too much. So, from what I remember, Tech Knight asked Huey to pull his pants down and sit on the cake and like fart on the cake and shit. I'm like, man, and he's getting horny off the shit. It's like, then they tie him up. Ashley comes out with her kinky shit. She used the feather, start tickling his feet and shit. And she's getting wet off the shit. Tech Knight doing like weird shit as well. She, comes on herself. She grabs her cum from her pussy and she wipes it on his face. I'm not exaggerating. He wipes it on Huey's face. Oh man. Hold on, man. I gotta look at what else fucking happened because this was nuts. Oh yeah, And he figures out, because he couldn't name the password and shit, he finds out that the spider nigga is not actually spider nigga, Tech Knight I mean, and it's actually Huey, and he knows who the fuck Huey is. And he's about to do some weird shit to Huey. But back to the Starlight point. The boys figure out, like, man, because once he went down the elevator, they lost connection. They lost connection with Huey's, his phone and shit. So Starlight, she's being so fucking irritating, wheezing and walking around and shit like that. And don't get me wrong, I understand without them, Huey would have been in a bad predicament. But she was so irritating. I was like, fuck. She's just like, it's just like, man, I shouldn't have let him go down by herself. Like, what the fuck is the point of the last season? We had this conversation already. So they go looking for the nigga. They infiltrate the fucking mansion. Ooh. They infiltrate the mansion now. Also, I forgot to mention, Butcher, he still has the nigga, Victoria Newman's husband. And this is important. This part was actually important. Fuck all that other shit. This was important. So, Butcher and what's the other dude name, bro? I forgot his name. But Butcher has Victoria Newman's husband still with Joe, and they're still trying to figure out how he can replicate the Genevieve virus. And dude's like, man, I can't do that because he said, I won't do that. I don't care how you torture me, because if I do this, and I have tried, there's a huge side effect on my behalf of creating. If I do this, this could, not saying this could, this will kill every single person with V in their veins. So everybody would die. Ryan would die. Victoria Newman would die. Her daughter would die. Starlight would die. Kamiko would die. All these people would die. And Joe's like, man, fuck this shit. Let's get this shit done. Butcher's like, this is a fucking genocide. We can't do this. It's a little too much. But Joe's pushing it like, man, fuck these niggas. Like, what happened to the old Butcher? You, in a heartbeat, would kill all these motherfuckers. No matter what. But the values of Butcher is different now because he has his team. He does rely on Kamiko sometimes. And most importantly, his goal this whole season was to save Ryan. And because he loves Ryan, because that was his wife's son. But we gonna get back to that. Back to the boys on their mission. So, like I said, Starlight irritating as fuck. She runs into Firecracker. She starts pleading like, man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this. Firecracker, she still can't use her powers. Firecracker is like, man, you can look, she's like, man, you can't use your powers right now. So she walks her weak ass over there, she snaps her fingers, does nothing. I'm like, bro, this is the worst fucking power I've ever fucking seen. This is the fucking ass. This is the worst power ever. She can't do shit. But she's still walking down Starlight. Starlight's pleading and shit. And she's talking about how she's sorry and how she was the only person. Like, bro, you cannot like her. You cannot like her no more. I used to like Starlight. You cannot like her no more after this stunt as well. She was like, man, I'm sorry I did that, even though she started throwing everybody else under the bus. Like, why? She used to, like, all the other girls used to say, do, so that makes it okay for you to do it? Like, nigga. But she started apologizing and shit, and it was some fake ass fucking apology because she ends up fucking snaking her and knocking her out with some fucking tranquilizer. Okay, so we keep going. Mother Milk, right here. Mother's Milk, he finds fucking Sister Sage. Sister Sage confront him. She's like, hey man, she started pointing out how like nigga, his whole business about, you know, his daughter and she being a fucking badass at school and how she been like stalking him and his life. He himself started getting pissed off and he fucking shoots her in the fucking head and she falls on the ground. I'm like, nigga, I'm out. I'm like, when I see that, I'm like, nigga, I'm out. I'm out. I'm dropping this season. When I see Sister Sage get shot in the head and fall on the ground, I was like, no, nigga, that's it. I'm done with this episode. I'm like, they got 5 fucking minutes to tell me they're trolling because either this is going to be the most wasted potential character ever in fucking TV history, or they're going to troll me because last time they said she stick shit in her head and her brain grows smaller, but her brain can regenerate and grow back bigger. But it could get, if it don't get like shrunken, it could grow too big to where she's on her fucking Dr. Vegapunk shit. So I'm like, they got 2 options. But at that moment when I see her fall to the ground, I thought it was over and I was like, hey man, I'm out, peace, dog, I'm done. But I'm like, okay, let me give them 5 minutes. Okay? And also Mother Milk has a heart attack. Also, there's two good scenes in here that I love. There's the only 2 things I loved about this whole episode. First one, Kamiko gets A-Train, she finds A-Train, and A-Train actually helps save Mother's Milk. He brings him to the hospital and he sees a kid. A kid looks at him actually saving someone. Because it's hard back to the last episodes where they confirmed that nigga, all these superhero saves are fake as fuck. And his brother exposed him for being like a fake hero and saying, you ain't never really saved anybody. You just did that for the camera. And A-Train felt good that he actually saved somebody and he's actually getting recognized as a hero. So A-Train is completely like gotten flipped. But also, you know what that means. By the end of the season, this nigga's gonna die. By the end of this season or next season, he's gone. I'm 100% confirmed A-Train is going to die. It's gonna be wrapped. And I said I was done with A-Train, but he's fully redeemed himself now to me. He's fully redeemed now. Okay, we got that. All right. So he saves Mother's Milk. We go back. Sister Sage is actually back up. I'm like, okay, good. But like in the previous episode, when she was to get fucked up with her head, she started turning into a fucking idiot. So Homelander is like, man, I need you, but she's in a state where she got shot in the head, so she can't do anything and help because she is the smartest woman on the planet, or the smartest person on the planet. So Homelander don't know what to say. He's like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. He's like, hey man, we need to get Singer out, and we need to have the suits recognized as like, you know, the face as well. He don't know what to say. They're asking him like important questions, like what's going on with like the gas and some shit, like political questions. He have no idea what goes on. Victoria Newman comes in. gives a great rah-rah speech, and they're convinced. And Sister Sage is still tweaking out on the corner. Huey's still down there getting like assaulted. And luckily though, Starlight and Kamiko save him in time. And they stop him and they tie him up, and you know, this is funny. I don't know why, this here was funny. So they tie him up, they tied him up, and they're trying to threaten him by like stabbing him and shit, but he is turned on to that kinky shit. So instead, they release his old, you know, partner, who was like a sex slave, I said earlier. He like, hey man, come help me. Tech like, hey man, come help me. This nigga runs to get his laptop, and he opens up his fucking bank account. And he's like, hey man, this was funny. He was like, hey, he started naming hella shit. He's like, hey, please don't know it. And there's all these fucking like fucking PC as, you know, politically correct like things that they were going to donate to, and he's like, please, no, please don't do this. And then they get all the way to like, hey, we're going to send this to the Black Lives Matter movement. He was like, no, that's enough. I'm gonna tell. I'm like, what the fuck? This thing is super racist. This thing is super racist. And then they send it to it anyway. He's like, but he tells them like that Homelander is starting to build these camps with soups to try to run the world. And I think Tech Knight was helping support and fund some of the shit that was going on. And they're like, no, this is not good. This is not good. And then, you know, we got that. And then his slave owner, his slave kills him. He kills Tech Knight. He's like, man, I'm sick of this thing. All right. And that was that part of the episode. Okay, now to the end of the episode. This is the best part. The end was the best part of the episode by far, 100%. So, crazy plot twist. Loved it. Amazing. So, like I said earlier, they revealed that the Gen V virus will, you know, kill everybody with V in it. And then Butcher's wife pops up and is like, hey man, don't listen to this nigga. You shouldn't listen to him. He's losing his fucking mind. Like, you can't do this. What about my son? What about all the people you care about? He's just like, he's like, man, I don't know what to do. And Joe's like, man, you fucking do it. Fuck these soups. And and his wife still trying to say something. Mind you, his wife is a illusion. Joe, he turns around and looks at her and says, you shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm like, what? I was that screen like, what? And Butcher's like, how do you see that? She's not real. He reveals that, yeah, I can see her. You know why? Because I'm the dark side of you. Oh. And he reveals that, man, the real Joe, he died years ago. You left me to die. And you know how ruthless you are. You know how ruthless I was. I am the dark side of your personality. So we got to understand it. His wife is the light of his personalities because he's still losing his mind because of the Tim V. And Joe is the evil side. Both sides are relative traits to Butcher's character, because Joe is the original Butcher. His wife is Butcher before he became the Butcher at the beginning of the series, and also the Butcher that has developed now to where he cares about Ryan and all these other people. This is fantastic. So Butcher is full on losing his mind, where he has two different illusions of people. But Joe is saying, man, you need to do this because this is what you want to do. You want to do this. And Butcher comes to the tough decision of will he use it or not? And that was the end of the episode. But episode don't like it. They did way too much. This is the first, in my opinion, this is the first Trash Boys episode ever. In my opinion. This, I do not fuck with this, man. I know people have not been liking the whole season. I have been liking the whole season. This episode was not it though. This was too much. I feel like a lot of this shit was worthless, pointless BS. Also, wasn't gonna mention it, but you know, I guess a lot of people think it's super integral, but at the true end of the episode, Firecracker meets Homelander. Homelander's still brushing her off, but she wants Homelander. So she fucking, she squirts out breast milk in his face, and he's, oh my God. And I don't even really need to explain this. You already know the rundown between this nigga and the fucking milk, but he's infatuated with milk. And mostly like titty milk. So he gets infatuated and he gets stun locked by this shit. It was crazy. He gets stun locked. And she's not even pregnant, bro. She said she's not even pregnant. She just taking hella drugs to do this shit. Just to please this nigga. But, you know, that's... Some people might feel that's important. I really do not care. But thanks everybody for watching. Like, subscribe. And also, if you see this video, please sign this petition. I'm gonna have the barcode on the screen. But it's important to petition because one of my people in my community passed away before at a basketball court, helping the community set up kids for the future. And we're trying to help get his name named after the basketball court he had passed away at. So please, everybody sign that petition. Thanks everybody for watching, like, and subscribe, and I'm out.